Right, third time lucky. Third time I've tried to record this section of my video, and first time I had a Twitch feed running in the background, and all you could hear is the Twitch feed and not me because I didn't have my headphones on. Second time I tried to record it, I didn't have my microphone switched on. So, fingers crossed, third time lucky. Hello, welcome to another video. It's been quite widely documented that I have been having major problems with my computer and software and things not working, and last week it just came to a head and I had a bit of a meltdown. So I thought, right, I need some help here. So I contacted somebody concerning how to operate OBS and a problem I was having with it, and for that reason this person deserves a nice big embarrassing shout out. Sammy was so helpful in getting me back on track. I mean, everything's not perfect yet. I've still got a bit of tweaking to do, but at least we've got a video out today. So a big thank you to Sammy. You really did help me. This is her Twitter feed, Twitter page. So give her a follow. This is her YouTube channel. She only posted 2 videos and she's got 26 subscribers, but you know, it's a start, and she is more of a Twitchy person than a YouTubey person. So go and follow her on Twitch as well. It's the same username. I can't have that running in the background because that's the one I had running in the background last time and that's all you could hear. Right, now that's out the way. Now the gushing is out the way. So I hope, Sammy, you are suitably blushing right now. We're going to get on with the video. So what we're going to look at today is the mod that we didn't manage to get done last week, which is the Life Tragedies mod. Done by Sacrificial Mods. I'll leave the link to this page in the description below. I've installed it. I've had a little bit of a play around with it. It's okay. It's okay. But what we'll do now is we'll go into it, do a bit of gameplay, and see exactly what it does. Right, so here we are again with our people from the survival challenge who are really quite used to horrible things happening to them. I've popped a house from the gallery, and what we need to do is we need to set this up. So if you go into more choices and then Life Tragedies, enable Life Tragedies in this save file, and that basically sets it all up for you. Then once you've done that, go into it again, more choices, Life Tragedies, and you need to set the level of how often things are going to be happening. So if you go to tragedy occurrence speed, and for this video we're going to go to very fast because we need to sort of speed things up a bit, and if you have it on very slow then it's going to be an incredibly long video. But obviously if you're in gameplay then you would have it on really slow, and then you could sort of play as you would normally, and then things would happen periodically. But what we're going to do is we're going to run things through. So as usual, we have the welcome wagon coming through, and it's Bella and Mortimer Goth. Thank you very much. Now, this chap that's running in the brief notes, this is a chap called, and I'm reading this because I can't remember the name, Patrick Rogers. Now, the game will give him what they want to call him. So this guy is not known as Patrick Rogers, but the brief notes say that he is Patrick Rogers. Did he understand that? I don't know. Anyway, he is a bookworm, and he's also a serial killer. In fact, all the characters that I mention are serial killers, and these are the people that you want to sort of avoid if you don't want to get killed. So he will basically just walk into your house and start talking, but don't engage in conversation with him. Now there'll be other few characters coming through which I'll point out to you with different names, but I'll tell you what the names are within the game. Now, first tragedy, a kidnap. Janice has been kidnapped. Now this is a bit of a glitch because she then comes back as a ghost, and then suddenly comes alive again. And I do think this is a glitch because I've seen this played in other videos, and basically what happens is there is a kidnapping, and then the kidnappers will send ransom notes. You pay the ransom and then you go over and find out where they are and bring them back. But for some reason it hasn't worked in this case. So Janice is back. Not the worse for wear. Now in the background you can probably hear a voice, which it doesn't relate to people that are in the on the screen at the moment. And this is another issue with the mod, is the fact that if another character spawns, you can hear their voice all the time, and it is a little bit off-putting, but we will point her out when she comes along, and she will be coming along very shortly, and that is another serial killer. Right, Patrick's coming again, and he's going to try and make friends. But thankfully nobody will do it. Now this is the girl over here. Now this is Sapphire Hudson, who's just self-combusted. Now she is a serial killer as well, and she's a heavy smoker too. And I like the way she tries to look hot when she's burning. That is brilliant. And then suddenly realise that she's burning. Again, somebody else that you need to avoid, because she will kill you. Now another thing I've noticed within this game is when perhaps one of the characters that the game provides dies, they sort of come back later on, which is a bit bizarre. Now there's a fire going on over here, and this is, if I can find it, Wilford Klein, and he is the victim of an arsonist, and he's come back and he's just setting fires left, right and centre. It can get quite tedious after a while, but I guess I understand the idea of having this. Now he has got a flamethrower, which I think is going to come through later, and he will keep topping up the fires. There we go. As and when, like that. And people have perished, obviously, in the fire, but there's a chap on the left-hand side who has just suddenly spawned, and he's running over to the house now. Now he is, let me have a look. He's a university professor called Matthew Briggs. Oh, Sapphire's died. Now this is another thing with the game, or this mod in particular, is anonymous. Yes, you get anonymous messages sent through as well from supposed bullies, like that. You see. So anyway, when somebody dies, the mourning period goes on for hours. So I've had to sort of chop it down a little bit so it's not quite so tedious. But something else that sometimes happens as well, if you look at Liz, now she is in the background on the right hand side in the red top. In a second, for no reason, there, bang, gone. Now when I first saw this, I'm thinking, is she dead? So I thought, well, I better just check on this because I don't know why she would have just suddenly died like that. So we had a look. And yes, she has witnessed a death, so that's quite traumatic, but she's just passed out. So she will come back later on. And I suppose that happens in real life, doesn't it? So keeping it real. And the professor's self-combusted, and he's also died as well. Not the great start that anybody wanted, I suppose. And then the mourning period starts all over again, with lots of crying. Oh, dear me. I've tried to edit this down as much as I could with the idea of including all the tragedies, but obviously to make it not appear to be too choppy, I've had to include long periods of mourning like this. Anyway, let's see what's going on outside. Now, these two people have just spawned, and these are kidnappers. Not necessarily the kidnappers that kidnapped Janice earlier on, but these will appear in the game every so often and do basically what they say they will do. They will kidnap you. Sometimes they will bundle you into the back of a car, or sometimes there will be another way of doing it, which I haven't actually witnessed yet. So, in these traumatic times, housemates decide to eat the fruitcake that Mortimer brought them. When in crisis, eat fruitcake. But they're all terrified. They're in a state of not particularly great way. So I guess... oh, now then, a text has just come through. Knock, knock, who's there? Your worst nightmare. Ha, 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 ha. So that's going to traumatise them even more. Like that. Something's going to happen soon, by the way. And this is probably the worst edit I've ever done. Bing! But there is a fire. A fire has just broken out in the house. And it's all down to this picnic bench outside, which has suddenly caught on fire. So nobody seems to want to do anything about it. And I said I wasn't going to prompt anybody, but I think in cases of the risk of a house burning down, I am going to intervene shortly. Now, what's going on over there? Is that a person on fire? No, it's just another fire that has suddenly happened. Right, let's have a look at this. It's that picnic bench that's on fire. So, let's see if we can try and find somebody to put the fire out. But instead they're all running out. Quite wise, I suppose. Now, as you can see on the left-hand side, Sapphire's respawned. Obviously under a different name, but she's back again. So, let's see. Oh, hang on. And the professor's respawned as well. You can't keep a good serial killer down, clearly. Right, here we go. Let's get this fire put out. And then you can be the hero of the day. But instead he's going to panic a bit more. Yes, Fluffy Fluffy. Put the fire out. Be the hero. When you're ready. Here we go. Right. So put that fire out. There you go. That wasn't too bad, was it? And now just put the picnic bench out. And then we can carry on with the video. With you as the hero. Or is he? Bang. So, he's dead, and a burglar's just broken into the house as well. It's all happening today, isn't it? Everybody's running around like headless chickens. I'm not quite sure where the armed robber is. But in the meantime, let's check out this poor old chap who's just been run over and is dead under the picnic bench. Ah, here he is. Don't think the timing is perfect for you, Mr. Armed Robber. We have a bit of a problem. And nobody seems to be bothered either. Now, over here, a fire is starting to go out, and we're about to meet another serial killer. Now, this is a bit sinister and I don't really want to investigate this, but this is Killer Nanny. This is Zami Anatawan in the game. And I can only imagine what she does. And yes, that's probably a good idea in a crisis, go to bed. Now, this is the serial killer's Sapphire. As can you see, she's chain smoking. Can't say much more about that, really. So he's gone. Hero of the day has gone. And that basically is the mod of Life's Tragedies. It's basically only in a nutshell. I thought I'd just give you a bit of an oversight of how it works. So I'll leave the link below so you can download it and put it into your own game. You can check the settings, see how it suits you best. and see how you get on with it. Anyway, I hope you found this useful. I'm going to do another mod review next week, hopefully, fingers crossed, if I can get everything working. So I will see you next week. In the meantime, take care, be careful, stay safe.